One is guided workflows. So similar to Measure Quick, and we actually call them something different, but why not just use the same language across the industry? So guided workflows are helping the actual technicians choose the correct templates to use for what they're trying to install. So one of the most common ones we do is a ventilating dehumidifier setup, where Haven's monitoring in the return duct, but then also controlling the outdoor damper, the compressor on the ventilating dehu. And so we're able to bring in fresh air as needed and then dehumidify as needed. And so that is a template that's available now in our app. And there is a variation of this template where it also controls the fan of the ventilating dehu. And the cool thing about that is you can run the dehu fan and open the damper. So you can basically turn the dehumidifier into a powered ventilator. And then as the humidity increases in the home, then you can switch the compressor on and also be dehumidifying. So it's a really nice way to make the most out of that piece of equipment. So along with these guided workflows, which activate automations in the home, the second thing you're going to see now is you've got the install manager back at the office or the service manager. They can now see what automations are set up by the technician. They can adjust the levels. And so here we have indoor dew point. We don't just control by indoor relative humidity, we can control by indoor dew point. You can adjust the dew point, save it, and it automatically changes in the customer's home. You can also change the levels of the thresholds for VOCs and also the outdoor air quality index. So if it's there's a forest fire outside or bad outdoor air quality, we will not open the damper, right? So that's a cool feature to prevent making it worse indoors. So there's a lot of cool viewing and editing now of your automations. So here's what's upcoming. This is kind of a reveal of what we have on our roadmap, so this is kind of exciting. The first one I'll touch on is custom thresholds. So we saw in the last screen that you can only choose from the standard settings of fair and poor. There was someone who was really loud, who we ended up listening to, who wanted to customize their threshold. So now, if you're seeing in a home that it's not activating because it never gets to 200 ppb, you can then change it to activate at 50 ppb and open that damper. So you can customize it for the customer's home and what's going on in their home. So that's a cool new feature. Those custom thresholds will be available for PM 2.5 as well. Another cool thing we just launched, so this is actually live as of like 1 or 2 days ago, is we have our first third-party linking to a company called EcoSense, which makes a product called EcoCube, and it's a radon monitor. And you can put that in the basement, you can put it to measure radon, and that links into Haven. And so you can then see those readings all in one place in our software. And we're working on making it so you can automate ERVs and ventilation and other solutions based on that radon data, and generate reports and insights for the homeowner based on seeing that radon data in the Haven software. Another one is being able to set up custom templates. So right now we have templates that we made based on what Jenry Garcia's feedback was, based on what Tim D'Estasio's feedback was, but we want to make it so that you can do more customization. So if anyone's familiar with if this then that, IFTTT, this is basically giving people the IAQ equivalent of IFTTT. You can design whatever you want, outdoor equipment, outdoor rules, indoor readings, and equipment outputs. You can add schedules, you can interlock equipment together. So if you want to put a humidifier and the blower interlocked together, you can do that. If you want to set it up so that it acts as a proving switch to make sure that there's airflow before the humidifier turns on, you can do that. So it's going to be a very powerful new automation tool that we unlock. And then finally, alerts. So you're going to be able to set up specific alerts that you can define, for example, temperature. So you can set up a range of comfort in your customer's home, like with those screenshots we saw earlier. You'll be able to paint a humidity range and a temperature range and other ranges, VOC, PM 2.5. And if your homeowner spends, you can define the amount of time. Is it a few hours? Is it a few days? Or have they not seen airflow in a long time? So we can set up all these triggers that are going to automatically notify you when something in your customer's home is not working properly, when